Welcome back to semester 2 of our study of musical instruments. We are looking at the 5 categories of musical instrument classification. Next up are aerophones. Aerophones are instruments that produce sound with a vibrating column of air. That's pretty general. That includes woodwinds, which has a reed that vibrates, brass instruments where your lips vibrate. Really, what is vibrating is the column of air traveling through the instrument. That is the generic overall category for these instruments. First one we're going to look at is the recorder. Many of you have played these in middle school or in elementary school and drove your parents and neighbors crazy. It is an instrument that originated in the medieval era. It's been around for a very long time. It was originally during its popularity craze back then. It was known as the English flute. That's just one of the many names for it, but that's the one that kind of took on. King Henry VIII had a very large personal collection of recorders and wives, apparently. That's another story for another time. But yeah, he was an avid musician, and that's how he did that with recorders. A typical recorder that you would see has 8 holes. One for your thumb, and then you've got either 3 or 4 depending on the hand. So 8 is kind of the standard. In modern times, there are 7 common sizes of recorder. From the Garklein, I think, is the tiniest one, to the great bass. The alto recorder or soprano recorder is the one that most people normally play on. Modern recorders have a fully chromatic range of over 2 octaves. With the extra side holes, you can get the half steps in between. Earlier ones didn't always have a very wide range and sometimes couldn't play more than an octave, if that, not even all the notes. Recorders are what we call non-transposing instruments, written in concert pitch, but it's also very common to find recorders pitched in the key of F, like a French horn. And those are typically the ones that are larger, like a tenor or a contratenor. That just gives you a lower pitch center. So the largest one, like I mentioned, is called the great bass, and those can be, I don't know, 7-8 feet long, and the huge ones. But the tiny one, the little super tiny one, is called the Garklein, and those are pretty rare, but they're kind of cool. Okay, let's take a listen now to a recorder sonata written by George Friedrich Handel. I'm going to go ahead and stop it there after the first movement. You can watch the whole thing if you'd like. The link is on Schoology for you. There are a lot of recorder sonatas out there. Alrighty. Next week, we have the pan flute. You have got something great in store for you. All right, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.